Aku was in the kitchen. He was cooking food for a big dinner. Can't wait to have this dinner, said Aku. It's going to be real good. I'm so glad everyone's here for the Christmas dinner. Aku was so happy that all of his family was there for this time of joy. This was just the greatest this time of the year in Aku's eyes because of all the peace and joy in the air. Coco then came into the room. Hi, Daddy, Coco said happily. Hello, Coco, Aku said, greeting her with a warm smile. I can't believe it's already Christmas Eve, said Coco. Me either. Just yesterday it seems like it was summer, Aku exclaimed. What are you making, Daddy? Asked Coco. I will tell you soon enough, Pumpkin, said Aku. Dr. Cortex was in his bedroom, admiring some paintings on his walls. These are really nice paintings. A loud knock suddenly pulled Dr. Cortex from his thoughts. Who is it? He screamed. It's me, boss, said Engine. Can you not see that I was in deep thought here? Dr. Cortex snapped at Engine. I apologize for that, sir, but there's something I really do need to tell you, Engine said. What? Cortex bluntly asked. Well, I think I should shut the door, said Engine, shutting the door behind him. Why are you shutting the door? Want to jump out my bones or something? Asked Dr. Cortex sarcastically. No, Engine exclaimed. Then why the hell are you shutting my door? Got some big secret to spill? Dr. Cortex said in a shrill voice. No, it's about the Bandicoots. Oh, really? Yes. Tell me. Okay, the Bandicoots are making this big dinner right now, and as I speak to you, the whole family is there. Pinestripe tells me that they have been happy that you're not around, and there's so much, oh God, what a gross word, joy. Ooh, oh God, how gay. That is so sickening. I know, sir. It is very nasty, which is why you should put an end to it. You think so? Yes. I'm afraid I cannot do that. Why? You know why. Those damn bandicoots always have their little goodness stuff to prevail over us. Evil can never win with them. They always find a way around us, and I can't take it anymore. Ah! I want to kill somebody. Now, Engine, get the phone and call up Oka. Tell him that I need to see him right away. I have a plan. After that, tell everybody to meet at the round table. I got something real nasty planned for those darn bandicoots. Okay, sir. I'll do it right away. That idiot. Back with the bandicoots, Aku was almost finished with making the big Christmas dinner. About 85% of it was done. He could not wait to have his family and himself eat this wonderful dinner. He heard joy, laughter in the living room as he was finishing up with his cooking. It was a blessing to hear your family having fun in Aku's eyes. Not all families were that way. Just as Aku was finishing up on his thoughts, Crash zoomed into the room. Dad, when is the food going to be ready? Mom wants to know, said Crash. Tell her I'll be done with it like in 3 minutes, okay? Aku explained to Crash. All right, Dad, Crash said, zooming back into the living room. Aku went back to cooking the food. Dr. Cortex, Engine, Pinestripe, Spike, Ike, Dingledy, Nina, Enbro, Ripper, and Rita Roo, and Nina's best friend named Teresa were spying through the windows, looking with hatred in this wonderful family. All that joy and happiness makes me totally sick. I know, it's sickening. You are so filled with hate again, you son of a fro! Rita, keep him calm. Ripper, calm down. Smash windows time! Ripper, quiet down. Shut up or I'll go off my meds, and you wouldn't want that, would you? No, please, we don't need another Ripper on our hands. Yeah, I'll always remember the time Rita tore off my bedroom door off its hinges in the middle of the night and tried to eat me while she didn't take her meds. That was the scariest moment of my life. I did that? Yes, why? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's okay. Hey, Mr. My sister is crying. I'll rip her for you to pieces, Dr. Cortex, for making her cry. Come here and I'll give you the big hunger tree, you know. Oh, I will love you so much. Ripper, I was just trying to help, you know. I love my sister. We know, but you can't make a scene, otherwise they know we're here and we're in trouble. Exactly, say, where's Uka Uka? Wasn't he coming? Who cares? Me. Oh my gosh, we're so sorry. Yeah, right, just for that, you're all fired. We're so sorry. Please forgive me of my sins, sir. I'll take care of all these idiots for you out for their lying remarks. Trust me, sir. Why should I trust any of you? Especially after that uncalled comment. It completely pisses me off when I don't have a freaking loyal servants. How could you people talk behind my back without feeling any remorse for it? How? Okay, Dr. Cortex. Take care of him for me, but if you all mess up at all, you're dead. Got it? Yes, sir. Good. Now let's get to work, my idiots. I want those bandicoots in cold blood for the holiday. Me too, sir. Me too. How can we make them end up that way? We could sneak through the back door and vent, and once we're in, we grab any weapons in sight and murder them. You idiot! The police will know for sure that it was foul play. We need to kill them, but I don't have any media spying on us and the cops catching us. We need to make the deaths look like accidental. We need stuff like tables, lights, whatever to fall on them, or have them fall down the stairs. You know, things like that. We also need to harass them before they die. Perfect plan, isn't it? Yes. How are we going to harass them? Well, I had planned that we remind them of their failures in the past and stuff like that, and also make them hate each other. That sounds excellent. Even I couldn't think of something like that. I am a good planner, aren't I? Yes, but I'm not sure if I like that plan. Don't question me, little girl. Do what you're told. I don't care what you do, and don't like it anyway. You work for me, girl. Shut up. Now, Nina. Fine. Sir, when should we go in? 5 minutes, at 5 o'clock. Okay. You idiots better not have messed up here. I've worked sweat and blood on this plan, and don't even dare to start before or after 5. Otherwise, I will kill everybody standing here. Yes, sir. Now the plan was put into place. They were to ruin the Bandicoots' Christmas and their lives, once and for all. Will they prevail? Oh? Oka, Dr. Cortex, and the rest of his crew were sitting outside, waiting for the clock to strike 5 p.m. At that time, dramatic, if not perhaps fatal, plan was to take place. The plan was to kill the Bandicoots. However, though, you don't really know what you should be able to recall how they planned to kill them. Now the time was 4:59 p.m. Come on, 5 p.m. Get here already, Dr. Cortex said, exclaiming. He wanted to get his hands on the Bandicoots so much. They had gotten his way for too long, and how was it possible to take them out on the cruel world? Why the holiest night of the year, on Christmas Eve? That was just insane. How could someone possibly stoop down that low to ruin someone else's Christmas? Dr. Cortex, for one, I just hope he doesn't ruin their holiday. Aku had just finished making dinner for his beloved family. He was glad to see the dinner for his family. However, he didn't know that Dr. Cortex had death in mind for him and his family. Dr. Cortex wanted all of the winning bullcrap for them to stop. It was not nice at all to keep losing to a bunch of bandicoots all the time. So Dr. Cortex was going to put an end to that. Anyhow, Aku announced to everyone that dinner was ready, and they rushed to the kitchen, nearly tripping over each other. You all really need to slow down, said Aku. I agree, said Aku's wife. We're hungry, exclaimed Coco. You'll be able to dig in after we say grace, Aku said in nonsense tone. The whole family groaned. Dr. Cortex saw it was 5 p.m., meaning it was time to strike. You guys ready? He asked. Yes, everyone shouted in full glee exclamation. Ripperoo did the honors of invading the house. He broke in the back window and jumped in. Ripper! Screamed Dr. Cortex. What? I broke out the window. That was not part of the plan, idiot. We were supposed to break something tough, Lord. You didn't, and blah blah blah, screamed Ripperoo excitedly. Exactly, said Dr. Cortex, agreeing with Ripperoo's latter part of shrieking. I never do anything right, do I? You're correct. He didn't know what to do. Alright, just lay off. Apologize right now, Rita. You don't ever talk to him that way. You shut up. Do you want me to get off my meds, huh? That can be arranged. Let me go, or I'll have your head. Okay. Let me go. I'm sorry. That's right. Let me go, please. Then apologize. Okay, I'm sorry. Good. I can't believe you did that. I did. Well, let's just forget about it. That's right. You better. The Bandicoot family was silent as Aku cleared his throat to say grace. Everyone bowed their heads as they were asked to do earlier. Bless us, dear Lord, and these 5 gifts, which they are about to receive from 5 bounty through Christ and our Lord. Amen, said Aku in a gentle and pleasant tone. Amen, everyone repeated. Then the family started chattering again. Meanwhile, Dr. Cortex and the rest of his idiots climbed over the window Ripperoo broke. I am so ready for this, said Dr. Cortex, not wanting to wait anymore. Well, like we discussed, this plan has to go right, or it's over for us, said Aku. The Bandicoot family was ready, suspecting something. Is it me, or is there a cold draft in here? Said Coco. You know, I think so too, said Tiny. I'm going to see where it's coming from, he said. Uh-oh, she was going to discover Dr. Cortex, Uka, and the rest of the fools. Dane oddly saw Coco coming out of the back porch, but was so busy staring at her that he didn't alert his leaders and co-minions. Pinestripe instead noticed. Sir, he said in a worried tone. What? Said Dr. Cortex. Coco is coming, Pinestripe screamed. In an instant moment, everyone spun around and had an extremely worried look on their face. Don't just stand there and look. Hit the deck, Dr. Cortex bellowed. Everyone took cover under something. Even the bouncing Ripperoo managed to find something. Total silence fell as Coco wandered out onto the porch. It's even colder out here, she said. She looked intensively to find the source of the coldness. She found it. Oh no, she screamed. The window's broken. I wonder who could have sucked so low to break our window on Christmas Eve. Oh wait, I know who probably did it. It was... She suddenly got startled when Dr. Cortex jumped out. That's right, it's me, he exclaimed, smirking. I can't believe you. Don't you have anything better to do? Coco snapped. Well, of course, but I have to kill all of you guys first and then I'll do the things I want to do, he replied. Coco got a pissed off look on her face as she glared into Dr. Cortex's eyes. Oh no you won't, she told him, flipping her hair and attempting to head back in. Suddenly she was knocked to the floor as Dr. Cortex twisted her arm. I'm afraid I cannot let you go back in, he told her in a whisper. You will let me go back in. If you don't, I'll scream if I have to, she yelled at him. I insist that you do not do that. You will go back in and pretend you saw nothing, Dr. Cortex told her in a very shrill voice. And what if I don't? Coco asked in a sarcastic tone. Then, he said, pausing to get something out of his pocket. Coco was nervous when he did this. Her nervousness would turn into horror. Dr. Cortex pulled out a gun. You get shot and killed if you mention a word. I'll have Spike follow you in, so I make sure you say nothing. Spike, he called. Yes, master, Spike asked nervously, coming out of his hiding spot. Follow Coco in and make sure she says nothing to her family about what just happened. Here, take this knife if you need it, Dr. Cortex said, handing Spike the knife. Yes, master. I shall stab her if she makes any mentions anything, or if that moron family members come up to me, Spike asked casually. Yes, Spike, don't let me down. You'll also need his walkie-talkie if you need our help. Dr. Cortex said, handing Spike a radio. Yes, Master, Spike replied. Spike and Coco headed inside the house. As soon as they came in, Tiny approached her. Coco, did you find the source? Tiny asked. No. Probably just a draft from the wind. She smiled nervously, lying to Tiny. Wind? There's no wind tonight, Tiny said. Oh, is there? Yeah, that's right. There's not, she said, smiling nervously again. Tiny noticed the figure behind Coco. Who's that behind you? He asked. Behind me? She asked, trying to act like an idiot. What should I say? What should I do? Coco's mind wandered. As if Spike read her mind, he whispered to her ear. Just tell him that it's your friend big named Tony, he whispered. Yeah, behind you. Why are you acting like this? Tiny asked, getting worried. Acting like what? You're just being silly, Coco said, smiling nervously again. No, I noticed someone behind you. It looked kind of like a tiger, like me, said Tiny. Oh, it's my friend Tony, Coco said. Hey, Tony, Tiny said. A moment of silence was heard. He doesn't speak to anyone except me, Coco said, having a sympathetic look on her face. He doesn't? Why? Tiny asked. Well, you see, he dated Fiona, and she had hurt him so bad to the point where he doesn't talk to anyone except for close friends in his family. It's real sad, Coco said. Sure, sounds like it, but I won't hurt Tony. He can count on me, Tiny said. Hearing those words made Spike's brains explode. I really can count on you, Tiny? Yeah, right, you sure as hell didn't say that when you let the other tigers always beat me up back in the day. Spike still hates Tiny to this day for letting him get beat up by the bullies in school because he was a little odd. Everywhere he went, he was bullied and teased by people just because he was a few shades lighter than a normal tiger. Yes, Spike is a yellow tiger, but what's wrong with that? Even Tiny laughed at him. You see, back when Spike and Tiny were children, when you were a yellow tiger, you used to be considered a weirdo because yellow tigers were so nice to humans. Most tigers are mean to humans and didn't have sharp teeth like the natural orange tigers did, and did have a bit of a speech impairment. Spike was beat up over it because he was always verbally defended himself, and there was nothing wrong with that. Now Spike was ready to kill Tiny more than ever. Coco smiled a bit when Tiny told her that. That's nice of you, but Tony is very shy. Maybe he'll come around when he joins the family for dinner, Coco said. Oh, another great guest, Tiny said, smiling up a bit. Yep, Coco said. Tony, if you like, we can go sit in the living room. We'll watch TV together. Sounds like a great idea, thought Spike. Tiny turned around real for a quick second. While he did that, Spike switched positions. He was now in front of Coco. Tiny turned around to see Tony was yellow. What's Coco doing being friends with a yellow tiger? Tiny thought to himself. He had to ask the question. Coco, Tiny said in a calm mode, may I have a word with you in your room? Why, of course, Tiny, Coco said, smiling nervously. Tiny, Coco, and Spike started heading towards the room when Tiny stopped. Don't bring him along, Coco, Tiny said. He is one of my best friends, Tiny. Don't hurt his feelings, Coco exclaimed. Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me, Tony. The three went into Coco's pink bedroom, and Coco closed the door. What is it that you want to tell me about? She asked. Why are you hanging out with him? He's yellow, Tiny whispered into her ear. Spike heard the whisper. Now you pissed me off, Tiny thought Spike. It was time to attack. Why am I yellow? Oh, because I was born this way, yelled Spike, showing himself to Tiny. Oh my god, Spike? What are you doing here? I thought I shipped you off to New York, Tiny's niece screamed, looking very shocked. Well, you thought wrong, and now you're going to die, Spike said, whipping out his knife. Try it, said Tiny. Guys, will you please stop? Coco exclaimed. Shut up, they both yelled at her. Tiny was at a loss for words. Why did Coco let him in here? Why was Spike here? Why did Coco just lie about his name? What's happening? So, Tiny, you really thought I was gone. Well, you certainly are fooled, and I had no intentions of going anywhere, just because you were an asshole to your mom and wouldn't take care of me. It's bad enough my parents died in a zoo massacre of 1992, and then my aunt, which is your mother, had to be stuck with a brat like you to try and take care of me. You were such a bitch to her. Why couldn't you just listen to her and help her take care of me? Why did you have to go with your stupid friends after curfew just to get in trouble with the law for hanging with them? You knew they were just lowlives who were always gangbanged and selling drugs. Hell, you wouldn't even say, yo man, that's my cousin you're making fun of, when they tease me. You let them, even you laughed with them. How could you? I pray to God every day that your life is made a living hell because that's what you made mine. I hate you, Tiny, Spike shouted at the top of his lungs. The hollering got Aku worried. I wonder what's going on in that room. That doesn't sound like anybody I know, he said to himself. Hope everything's okay. He then proceeded to go back into the kitchen and join the family. Back in Coco's room, Tiny was thinking of a response for Spike. It did hurt him a bit to hear his cousin say that he hated him with such hatred. Yeah, I thought you were gone. I thought you were living the life in the Big Apple. And I was just an ass to my mama? Yeah, I was. She always making me do things that I didn't want to do them. It's not my problem if you were just a freak. My friends were cool as hell, and they were my homies, so of course I hung out with them. I still hung out with a couple of them. The cops were just jealous that they didn't have any friends like me that would try, and my friends would say if I stuck up for you. I needed my friends, Tiny yelled. More than me? Spike bellowed. Yeah, Tiny screamed back. A few tears began to roll down Spike's face. I never had anyone to love me. At least you do. Oh, what am I saying? I should be killing you, Spike yelled. Coco was very saddened to watch this. Tiny, how could you even been like that to your own cousin? Now I can see why you joined up with Dr. Cortex, she exclaimed. I can't believe you let him in here. You're a traitor to the Bandicoot family, Tiny screamed. Coco finally got her range and slapped Tony across the face. You're not even part of this family, and why don't you take your ass and leave? She screamed loudly. I don't have to leave. Your brother Crunch is my homeboy, so I could stay here, Tiny said. And you should leave because you're a traitor. No, I'm not. Spike came in on me on Dr. Cortex's orders, Coco shouted. That's right, Tiny. Dr. Cortex is here to kill the entire family. I'm just doing my part, of course. I won't kill Coco because she's been so nice to me, but I won't hesitate to kill you, Tiny, Spike confirmed. If you want to kill me so bad, Spike, then do it already. It won't stop me from laughing at you in hell. Cortex to Spike, your 1020? My 1020 is in Coco's room. I have her and Tiny locked in. Okay, good. Has Coco mentioned anything to the family? She told Tiny, but I could take care of him. You have my permission to kill Tiny, but if you're going to have to find your own way of hiding the body, 10-4? 10-4, sir. Please, he's Sir Spike. More like bitch. Go ahead and kill me, but I'm not going down without a fight. That's what you get. Oh, good lord. Be quiet, Coco. Your family must not know that I'm here, or it'll ruin the entire plan. What plan? The plan to ruin your Christmas. We're supposed to kill you guys and make it look accidental by having stuff fall on you. We were also supposed to make you guys hate each other before your deaths. What kind of sick and twisted person made up that plan? None other than Dr. Cortex and Uka, of course. That's sickening. I've got to let my family know. I'm afraid I cannot let you do that, Coco. Please, Spike, have some remorse. I'm sorry, Coco. You jerk! Oh, I'm a jerk? Spike to Cortex, I need you to come into Coco's room. Okay, 10-4. A minute later, Dr. Cortex came into Coco's room. What's wrong, Spike? He asked. She's attempting to rat us out, Spike replied. Oh, really? Alright, I'll take care of her. Dr. Cortex saying, pulling out the gun and firing shots at Coco. Ah! Coco screamed as she was shot several times. Now the family heard bullets and screaming. What was that? Crash yelled. That sounded like Coco, Aku said. Oh my god, we've got to go check on her, screamed Aku's wife. The whole family ran out of the kitchen and knocked on Coco's door. Coco, answer it! It's Mommy! Are you okay? Coco's mom screamed. No, Mom, I've been... Ah! Coco screamed as she was shot twice more. Stand back, everyone, Crash yelled as he stepped back. Then he charged at the door, which busted down. The family was in complete horror of what they're shot. Coco, Tiny! No, my babies! Stand back. Anybody tries anything stupid, I'll kill every last single one of you. 10-1, everyone. Everybody is needed in Coco's room now. All the enemies ran into the house and pushed the family to the ground. Help! Screamed Aku's niece named Paula, who was only 9 years old. Shut up! Screamed Pine Stripe. What's the cause of all this? Aku's wife asked. I'll tell you the cause of all this. As you could see for far too long, your family has ruined every attempt I have made to become ruler of both Australia and this world. And as to any person would, I got absolutely sick and tired of it. So very recently, I made up a plan to kill all of you on this special occasion. Obviously, I don't have any family to spend Christmas with, and not that I celebrate it anyway, because of stupid religious reasons. So I want to ruin your Christmas and kill you guys so I could become ruler of the world. Hee hee, Dr. Cortex said. Neo, said Oka. This plan was my idea. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, everything I just said applies to Oka people, said Dr. Cortex, rather embarrassed and angered. So what happens now? Spike asked. Well, Spike, it's time for our plan. I'll start with Crash. So Crash, you like Coco, huh? Dr. Cortex asked, suggesting something. Dr. Cortex, I love her, Crash said bluntly. Time to twist this up. How do you love her? I love her, that's all. Wow, so you did sleep with her. The family gasped loudly. They could not believe what Dr. Cortex just said. Everyone just stared at each other with wide eyes and shocked heads, especially at Crash. What? I cannot believe you would do such a thing, Crash. I didn't. He's making it up. Liar, it's true. That's why you're blushing and getting mad. I'm not blushing, asshole. You watch your mouth, mister. Only adults can swear. You've got a lot of nerve talking anyway. Sleeping with your sister? What kind of creep are you? I've always thought you were that kind of tipsy. Don't talk to my son that way, Maud. I just did. And you're a creep too. You encouraged us. You knew Crash had the hots for his own sister, and you just stood there and did nothing as always. I should report you to Child Services. Go right ahead. Sounds like a plan to me. You're always slapping your daughter around like she's a cow. I'm not going to have her turn out like your kids. I'm raising her the right way. Maud, that's enough. Stop talking crazy. You shut up, and Chow Chow, it's none of your business of what I do to my child. You should have been telling Crash to put on a damn shirt. He's always walking around shirtless, and is this how we raise kids these days? I bet he's violated half the girls in his neighborhood, which is why they're all pregnant. You tell her, Maud. I've spotted him touching girls in inappropriate places so many times. It's not funny. You should have called the cops. I did, but took the little bastard's side for everything. What, did you just call my son? You heard me. If you lay one hand on any of us, Aku, all hell is gonna break loose. Well, what do you expect? Crash is always polite towards them. He pays them off plain and simple. Maud, shut up. I don't pay anybody off. I never did the things you said. You're just a twisted bitch. Bastard. Maud and Chow Chow got into a fight. They started pulling each other's hair and punching each other. The entire family gasps as Fred and Aku tried to break up the forming melee. Crash joins in and hits Maud as she shoves him right against the wall. Don't hit my mommy! Keep your hands off my sister, Crash, pervert. Oh yeah? Or you'll have me to deal with. Bring it on, Corey. I'm not afraid of you. Take that. This is getting good. Kick his butt, dude. Dude, get him, Corey. Show this creep we don't play with guys hitting women. Hey, get your hands off of Crash. Shut up, Jamal. What did you say, Wilma? You heard me. This is getting out of hand. I'm calling the cops. If you do, we'll kill you right then and now. Get off of me. No. What about Coco and Tiny? They're bleeding to death. Well, Pine Stripe? Yes, master? Take Coco to the hospital. Pretend you're her dad. You have your van, right? Yes, but how will I say I'm her father? Like this. Here you go. Now go. Can you send someone with me? Ding-oldly go with him. All right, master. What about Tiny? Let him bleed. No, he needs help. Shut up. I don't have to. Don't you talk back to me, brat. I'll kill you if you do anything. The two family fights were still going. The first one between Maud and Chow Chow was broken up by Fred and Aku and a couple of family members. However, Maud joined in on the fight between Wilma and Cynthia. Cynthia was getting beaten up by Wilma and Maud. Since Jamal was about Paula's age, all he could do was sit there and watch. It was horrible to see your mother getting beaten up, Jamal cried. Meanwhile, in Crash and Corey's fight, Corey was starting to get the better of Crash. Corey knew how to fight, and he was been at several at school as a result of other boys getting rightfully mad over him flirting and kissing on their girls. As a matter of fact, what Dr. Cortex and Maud said about Crash wasn't true at all. Corey was the one who slept with the neighbor's girls. According to Wilma, can't help it. He is as sexy like his father was. And as for Crash, he just liked being shirtless because it's always hot outside in their part of the country, and he always had to fight with Dr. Cortex and his idiots. And then in Crash and Corey's fight, an unexpected move came in. Crash started using all of his special abilities to knock out Corey. In the last minute or two, Corey had gone through 3 walls and broke 10 picture frames in the house when thrown against them. And to add insult to injury, knocked down the stairs. How did you do like that? Crash yelled. I am not ending this until you're beaten, Corey said, and with that he leapt up and started fighting Crash. However, Crash was getting sick of all the violence. Stop! He shouted, real loud at everyone. At that moment, Wilma and Maud stopped jumping on Cynthia. Spike turned around and looked at Crash while still having Malcolm by the collar, and everyone else looked at Crash. Corey was still in fighting position. Even Dr. Cortex and his minions had looked. Everyone was looking at Crash. He had shouted an order to them. That's right, he said. Stop acting like children. Excuse you? Maud snapped. You heard me, Crash calmly replied. You're the one who started this fight, Crash, Maud yelled. How, Aunt Maud? He asked. Well, you slept with Coco, called us names, and we all had a fight, she said. That's not true, Jamal stated. He would not do that. And whose side are you on? Wilma asked. He's on Crash's side, and so am I, exclaimed Cynthia. Our son would never do that kind of dirty deed, Chow Chow said. In fact, I know him too well. Dr. Cortex began to see that his plan wasn't really working out for him. Darn, he thought. We got these 3 twits sticking up for Crash, like idiots they are. I've got to do something to keep the plan going, he spoke up. So you, he said, speaking to Wilma, Crash knocked your son down the stairs. Wilma turned her head. How do you know? Who are you anyway? She said rudely. FYI, my name is Dr. Cortex, and as far as knowing, I witnessed it, he replied. Tables turn here and now. I don't mean to cause any trouble, but this guy's right here, said Jamal, referring to Dr. Cortex. He shouldn't be here. He threatened to kill us, and he's not part of this family. Dr. Cortex gave him a death glare. You know it's true, Jamal additionally said. With that, Dr. Cortex reached to his boiling point. He pulled out his gun and pointed at Jamal. Over my dead body, you'll shoot my son, Cynthia said, getting in front of Jamal. Then it looked like I will have to shoot you then, Dr. Cortex said, pulling the trigger on his gun. Wilma did something unexpected. She ran up to Dr. Cortex and tried to take his gun, but they struggled it over. Let it go, Wilma shouted. No, I'll kill you too if you don't stop, screamed Dr. Cortex. Spike, Rita, Rue, Engine, Embryo, Alcoaco, Nina, and Teresa jumped and tried to get Wilma off of Dr. Cortex. But Corey, Crash, Cynthia, and Maud came to their defense and started fighting with them. Then the gun trigger was pulled. Oh my god! Everyone get on the floor! Everyone who was not involved in the fight or in the struggle jumped to the floor and covered their heads. When the gunshots stopped ringing out, everyone looked up to see that Wilma was holding the gun. Dr. Cortex was on the floor bleeding. Put your hands up, asshole, she screamed at the bleeding Dr. Cortex. He slowly put his hands up. I need help, he said, gasping for air. Everyone got up and stood over him. You caused us a whole lot of grievance. You even refused to have us get help for Tiny. Now you will be allowed to lay here and bleed, Chow Chow said in a hateful tone. She, Malcolm, Aku, and Jamal then ran to Coco's room to get help for Tony. The fight was now in the middle of the alley. Crash was whipping Aka's and Spike's butts. Corey knocked out Engine and Enbro and then helped Maud fight with Rita Rue. Cynthia was easily winning the battle against Nina and Teresa. About 10 minutes later, everyone but Aka and Spike were all laid out in the alleyway, took off running. Dr. Cortex was still bleeding at the apartment as Cynthia, Maud, Corey, and Crash came back upstairs. Wilma no longer had the gun in her hands, as Dr. Cortex was no longer a threat. So, Aka said, since he can no longer try to kill us, what should we do with him? Everyone looked at Aka with a throw him out look. Corey picked up the bleeding Dr. Cortex, opened up the window and threw him out of it, making him land in the snow. About 5 minutes later, things were getting straightened out. The paramedics were treating Tiny for his wound. The police were talking to everyone about the incident, and Wilma was starting to clean up Dr. Cortex's blood on the floor with cleaning supplies. He bled a lot. It'll take a few minutes to clean this up, Wilma told Aku. Okay, Aku said. Glad that all that is done though. Yeah, me too. All that fighting was stupid, Wilma said. A few minutes later, the paramedics left, but without taking Tiny with them. Tiny did not require hospital treatment for his wound, and the family cleaned up his wound and put a few stitches in it, and put a band-aid on it, and put him on Coco's bed so he could rest. Chow Chow and Aku then went to the hospital to see Coco, while the rest of the family cleaned up the apartment from all that fight. In the alleyway, Aku woke a few hours later. Ugh, what happened? He asked himself, holding his head. Why am I in the middle of an alleyway? He got up to see that he was alone. Spike had woken up a bit before he did, and he went back to their home. Last thing I remember was fighting with Crash. Where are the rest of them? He asked himself about his minions. He looked around for them, but then he looked up at the building and saw something horrible. Crash and his family were having dinner. Oh, that's it. I'm going to ruin it, he said, marching towards the building. But when he got to it, he flew up to the apartment's window. He flies through the broken window, and that was broken by Ripper Roo a few hours before. He then flies through the back door, knocking it down. The family was enjoying their meal when the door fell. Everyone got startled. Whoa! They all screamed. Oka then showed his face. You again? Crash exclaimed. Yes, it's me again. I'm here to settle this once and for all, shouted Aku. It's not going to happen, Aku, said Coco, who was back from the hospital and recovering just fine, along with Tiny. Crash got up from his seat, spinned Aku, which of course made him fly back to the porch and yet another window. Ah! He screamed as he flew through the window. The entire family laughed. Crash then did something which repaired the broken windows, and then he closed the door, sat down with his family, and enjoyed the rest of their dinner and night. Outside Aku was in the snow. He coughed up some snow that fell in his mouth when he landed. He shook himself off. I better just admit it. I'm not just as an idiot as Neo and his minions are. Oh well, he said, flying back home. When he got home, everyone but Dr. Cortex was there. Hi everyone, he said painfully, sitting on his rocking chair. Hey, they all replied back. Nina, Engine, Enbro, Spike, and Rita Roo had ice packs on their heads. What happened to you guys? Aku said. What do you think? Nina said sarcastically. Don't get smart, Aku snapped. I honestly can't remember what happened. We were knocked out by Crash's family, said Spike. Oh, Aku said. So where's Neo, Teresa, Pinestripe, and Dingle? Teresa had to go home. Uncle Neo's recovering from the gunshots wounds in the hospital. Dingledy went back to Britain to see his family, and Pinestripe went to sleep. Nina replied. Oh, Aku said. But how did Nina get shocked? Well, from one of Crash's aunts shot him when she grabbed his gun in the struggle, said Engine. Oh, wow, Aku said, shaking his head. About an hour after that, he and his minions turned out the lights and went to sleep. The next morning on Christmas Day at the Crash House, around 7 a.m., the family woke. The kids woke first, which would consist of Jamal, Paula, Corey, Crunch, Coco, and Crash. They all ran into the Christmas tree and started to tear their presents open, which woke up the adults. What in God's name is that? Wilma asked, rather annoyed by the noise. It's the kids, Maud stated. getting out of bed and heading towards the living room. She met Cynthia, Malcolm, Fred, Chow Chow, and Aku in the living room. They happily watched the kids open their gifts. Jamal got a new mountain bike, Paula got some dolls and a dollhouse, Corey got some clothes and an MP3 player, Coco got some girl stuff like lipstick and radio, and Crash got a new TV, and the kids loved their new gifts, to say the least. The adults opened up their gifts. After that, everyone played with their new gifts and enjoyed their Christmas. Dr. Cortex's Christmas was celebrated in a different way. He spent in the hospital recovering. Whenever Crash's family is there, I am not going to even bother doing a plan. It's not worth getting shot over. This is the worst Christmas ever, he sighed as he watched TV in his hospital room. And that, my pretties, was Christmas with the Bandicoots. A Crash Bandicoot Christmas story written by Animefan57. So my final thoughts on this story, well, this is an older story, so I definitely do have to say it does have a lot of potential. However, it is messed up. I definitely have to say of what, there was more violence in this, which I know there is some violence in, Crash Bandicoot, but not over the top extreme, if that makes sense. A thing I do realize is that the grammar was not that good. Like, I mean, there was a lot of grammatical errors and punctuation errors throughout this story, that this story was really hard to read. I mean, it felt like everything was going too fast for me. That's just what I feel personally with this story. Now, I will say, the author did try to make something, a little bit different with Crash Bandicoot, but unfortunately that it's just not there. The effort's just not there. But I will say the story just didn't have, a good potential to be good. Like, it should have been good, but unfortunately that's just not the case with this story. So, yeah, I can definitely say this story did have, you know, has potential. But unfortunately, that's not the case. There is a lot of issues with this story. And, this story was really hard for me to read. Like, no joke. This story was really hard for me to read. No joke there. But yeah, I definitely do need to sit here and say is that this story could have had potential to be good. But unfortunately, it wasn't really that great. Well, I will give it credit that it was interesting, but the fact that, the grammar was just not that good, yeah. I mean, the grammar was just not that good. That's literally what I have to say. And, with certain characters talking, there are times where, it should have been, in a separate paragraphs, like one character says a line and then goes to the next one and does that. But yeah, I definitely do have to say this was incredibly really hard for me to read. That I'm definitely going to be brutally honest. But I mean, I will say it did have potential. I'm willing to give it that. But unfortunately, that's not the case with this story. But yeah, I will say, I hope the author, moves on to doing better stories in the future. But like I said, I can't really say for certain if that's the case. But yeah, this story was unfortunately not that great. But I will give it credit when credit's due. Now, as always, like I'm always going to say, this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with it, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these stories, simply my own personal thoughts. I'm going to give this story a 2 out of 10. 2 because while I do like the concept of the story and I thought it was really neat and stuff, but unfortunately things just went too fast for me, and the grammar was not that good. So I'm just definitely being brutally honest and putting that out there. Like, this story could have been edited to be good, and it did have potential, but unfortunately that's not the case with this story. But I can understand this is an older story, and the author probably is not happy with the results of this one. But I will say, I've written bad stories, and, even though I look at some stories, that I wrote years ago, sometimes I look at them and then I'm not really happy with the results, if that makes sense. But anyways, what did you guys personally think of this story? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what you have done personally help make this story a lot better? Feel free to let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm Shadow the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you're new to my channel, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Ring the bell for notifications to when it uploads, that way you guys will not miss an upload. As always, if you guys want to go follow me on Blue Sky, follow me on Twitter, follow me on DeviantArt, and follow me on my backup channel known as Mr. Shigo, as links to those will be in the About page section, so you guys will not miss an upload. And that's pretty much all I have to really say, but if I'm missing something, please let me know. And as always, I'll be seeing you guys all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, roll the outro, because I'm out. What's up, my pretties? It's the Lion Queen here. I want to appreciate you all for tuning into this video, and I do appreciate you guys supporting my video by giving this video likes and stuff. If you really enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will get updated for whenever I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter or DeviantArt, feel free to leave a follow on those if you are interested in following me on those socials. If you want to support my backup channel, known as Miss Dark Shigo, feel free to subscribe to it, as a link to that will also be in the About page section. And with that being said, and that being the case, thank you so much for watching, my pretties, and as always, stay pretty.